When I say the name Gordon Ramsay, you probably think about Hell's Kitchen, or Kitchen Nightmares, or maybe even Master Chef. And while his everlasting cycle of beet red screaming matches never cease to entertain me, I always find myself wanting a little bit more of that hot, wet rage. Now, yeah, I've always felt like I wanted to see a show where Gordon Ramsay does the same thing, but in a hotel. They made that. The show is called Hotel Hell, and you know, what a great name for a Gordon Ramsay show, right? Oh, and by the way, while we're sharing, when I was super young, my mental depiction of the devil was Gordon Ramsay. Maybe because of like the branding that they did. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Is that a shared experience? In Hotel Hell, Gordon travels to various struggling hotels across America in hopes of turning things around. Now, I don't know how treacherous this show is about to get, but what I can tell you is that the title sequence is pretty goddamn insane. Gordon gets throttled down a burning elevator shaft and menacingly walks the halls of a hellish hotel. Then at one point he passes a room where they're just letting a tiger annihilate everything in sight. Gordon doesn't care, but guess who else doesn't care? Me. So let's jump all the way back to the ripe year of 2012. Let's see if by jumping back in time we can do... I didn't write the rest of that line. Yeah, I'm gonna take over from here to spare my own embarrassment. Guys, recently I found out that I have a recurring monthly charge for Xbox Games Pass. I have a PS5. Well, thank God, guys. Thank God, because once again, Rocket Money is here to help. Rocket Money is an all-in-one finance platform that helps you save more and spend less. This personal finance app allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, build a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. Now, I'm sure Gordon Ramsay doesn't need to use Rocket Money. He's doing just okay. But hey, for me, I need help. Let me tell you how I'm using it. I need to get rid of those unwanted subscriptions. So Rocket Money is helpful because it safely and securely identifies recurring charges and canceled unwanted subscriptions for you. It's also very helpful for setting budgets. It automatically monitors your spending by category. You get notifications when you've exceeded them, and you can visualize your spend to earn ratio by month, quarter, or year. And don't we all want to know our net worth? Don't we want to feel really nice every now and then and just see all of our money in one place at the same time? Well, guess what? Rocket Money can do that. If you're interested, and I know you are, head to rocketmoney.com/Andy King or click the link in the description to get started for free. And hey, you'll get even more features with premium. I have premium. I actually think it's pretty awesome. That's rocketmoney.com/Andy King to get started for free. What are you waiting for? What are you just gonna keep watching me sit here? Get out of here.
Surrounded by stunning lakes and close to two major ski resorts, Coeur d'Alene is one of Idaho's premier vacation destinations.
So this episode brings us to Coeur d'Alene. Fucking pronunciation. It brings us to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is allegedly a really good tourist destination. And boy, oh boy, is Gordon right. I mean, look at this. You can visit a lake, or this hill, or this river. And that's some pretty exciting stuff, okay? But I needed to hear from some locals. So I went to Reddit, explore abandoned mines and towns up in the Wallace area. Go shooting, go swimming, I don't know what else. You could try driving the rental car into Hayden Lake using the boat launch and see how long it floats. That's something the locals seem to like to do. Okay, well, all right, calm down, guys. Well, I can only assume that the reason these locals are so upset is because they have to share a town with the Roosevelt Inn, an elementary school turned hotel. We find out that the owner, John, was actually a student of the school when it was still in operation. But listen, don't you think it's a little weird to turn the place of your childhood education into a place where people now sleep? And most definitely fuck. Well, John's wife would probably agree with me based on the fact that when she found out that her husband bought the hotel, she broke into tears.
We now own the Roosevelt Inn. And all of a sudden I hear this. She started crying.
And I mean, what a bastard. I mean, this guy, he loves it. Yep, honey, we did it. It's all ours. Why are you crying? No, wait, don't cry yet. No, we get to pay for all the renovations ourselves. No, you love it, honey. Come on.
As the business has suffered, so has John and Tina's relationship.
Well, that's not very surprising, nor is the fact that Tina, John's wife, is the one who literally does all of the work for the hotel that she doesn't even want to own. As soon as Gordon pulls up, he just starts spewing criticisms like he was edging the entire car ride.
I seriously hope this place is better than the other shitholes I've stayed in. Roosevelt School. Place looks grim from the outside.
And he is immediately greeted by an uncomfortably cheerful John.
Hello.
Welcome to the Roosevelt.
Good to see you.
I recognize that voice. You're Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, well, good to see you.
Oh, all right, bud. You're getting a little close. And right, it's not the kind of cheerful where you're actually happy. No, it's more like, please smile a single time so I know you're not mad at me. Gordon's just really anxious to bust off another quip, though, so he compares the outside of the hotel to a funeral parlor, and then he notices a very particular smell.
It smells like shit as well. What is that? Is that the dog?
Nah, man, nah, we just like to, we like to smear shit into the carpets to get that vintage musk. Lay off the dog, man. He's cool. John then shows Gordon old class photos from the elementary school, which, Jesus Christ, like, why are they still up? But this guy he's starting to become very discomforting.
And the ones with the arrows pointing at the really cute, adorable little boy, that's me, of course, because I went to school here.
Yeah, man, what the fuck? Yeah, you see that cute little succulent little boy up there? That's me. Hard drives are clean, though. My other issue with this is, like, who's even gonna know that's you? If anything, it just makes the setup even creepier, you know? Like, why is this man marking photos of children as if he's hunting a person of interest? It's very clear that this guy is dangerously self-obsessed, but it's almost to the point where you know what? No, I'm not even gonna unpack that. Fuck it.
Who wants to live in their old school? It's like getting a detention that never ends.
Dude, that's what I'm saying! Sorry, I got a little excited. I'm gonna chill. John takes Gordon down to his personal lair where he watches TV and hangs out with the dogs. And guys, if you think this is getting weird, we've barely grazed the surface. Gordon's like, dude, can you not smell that? And John is just like, oh no, I've been smelling it the whole time.
The dogs actually, believe it or not, Gordon, are one of the highlights here.
Absolutely no shot. After that, John shows Gordon the ballroom, and I mean, we really gotta use that term lightly. Even for 2012, it's so ugly, man. This looks like a room that will eventually house a saw trap. After that, John shows Gordon the room that he'll be staying in, and honestly, I know this place is a shit show, but from a first glance, it doesn't really look dirty by any means, you know? It just kind of looks like a grandma house.
What's with all the pink?
It's like someone threw a strawberry milkshake all over the place.
But here's something you should probably know. A night at the Roosevelt Inn will probably run you a little over $300. This, of course, gives Gordon a reason to say,
Bloody hell.
and so far things have been pretty light, you know? We're just joshing around, we're spitting on the floor, maybe doing a little dance in it. Who fucking cares? Well, apparently not, because now it's time for Gordon to lay down the hammer. Guys, isn't that awesome?
Why do you think everything's a big joke?
Because you're very critical.
We are 2 sentences into the conversation. All you have to do is guess what happens next. Is it A, a friendly dialogue, B, Gordon immediately walks out, or C, John openly fantasizes about hitting Gordon? Oh, no, are you fucking serious?
What'd you want me to do? Get angry and punch you?
You want to punch me? You go
Well,
first.
maybe I do want to punch you a little bit.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, okay? I wouldn't typically expect a guy like this to react in the way that he just did, but here we are. Oh yeah, and he has a history with it.
I can become physically very, very violent and have in the past. People get hurt.
What are we as the viewer supposed to do with that information? Because I'll tell you what, he drops it, and then we never hear about it again. See, if my guy John Taffer was here, we'd already be getting a background check 7 minutes into the episode. But anyway, after that interaction, John just gets up and walks away, leaving Gordon absolutely flabbergasted.
John, you can't just walk away. Where are you going?
Now it's time for Gordon to give the room a thorough inspection, and if he was doing this in a normal hotel room, I'd think his attention to detail is unnecessary, but there's so much pointless bullshit in the room that I don't even blame him. And after banging on the window, begging for help, Gordon heads downstairs to have another chat with the owners. Okay, so remember how the pirate bar from Bar Rescue was like $900,000 in debt? Yeah, okay, this place is a staggering $1.1 million in debt. And with the bar, that made sense, right? Like, we saw them actively pouring money down the drain. But at first, I couldn't fathom how this business went so far under. But then I realized, oh wait, they put their entire life savings into this place.
We sold our house we had here.
Cashed in a 401k, everything we had.
Oh my word.
So now they live in the attic of the Roosevelt, and I feel pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. But I can't stop thinking about what this man did to convince his wife to close on this place. Right, she either loves him a lot or he did something really, really awful. I'm getting awful close to believing the latter because throughout this conversation, John is nothing but amused listening to Tina express her anguish. Gordon pretty much just stops the conversation dead in its tracks and then leaves to sleep it all off. I'm not kidding. He's really gonna need that sleep though, because what happens later in the evening is nothing short of astonishing. Once a month, the Roosevelt Inn hosts a murder mystery night, and that is their dirty, freaky little secret. There's a shot in this transition sequence where you can see Tina putting on her costume, and given the context that we have, it's so sad to watch. It's awful. I mean, how did the pitch conversation for this go, right? You know, like, hey, honey, I know we already drained all the money into this place, but, by the way, I think Murder Mystery Night is very fun and cool, but not when it's hosted by the guy who said he's hurt people.
We usually always have a lot of fun with this. We're going to continue to have fun with this.
Oh, we're gonna have fun, okay? The fun never stops. Everyone starts talking in a British accent, which I think is crazy to do in front of Gordon Ramsay. But get this, John thinks his British accent is better than Gordon's.
I've studied this accent long and hard. In fact, mine is better than your British accent.
Now take this with a grain of salt, but it kind of works because with the decor of the hotel and the costumes, everything does look pretty cool. But if the only time that your hotel looks good is when a bunch of people are dressed in old-timey garb, you gotta start asking yourself some questions, right? Hey, you wanna know what's really sad though? The part where they stick the women in the kitchen in costume to cook for all the guests.
So while John gets to play Sherlock Holmes, his wife is stuck in the kitchen. Wake up, John. This is not the 1800s anymore.
Dude, I just said that. So, like, basically, you hate me. Gordon asks John if the murder mystery night is profitable, to which John replies,
It is profitable. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, we made $200 tonight.
Then Gordon's like, fuck, hold on, let me think of something good.
Clearly tonight's about feeding John's ego, not filling his bank account.
So these people are really playing it up, you know, you got this guy dying on the floor, this guy does a whole dramatic exit, the whole time Gordon's got his head in his hands. I suppose by their standard, the night was successful, but no one gives a shit about their standard. This is hotel hell, baby! So Gordon sits the couple down to break down the night, and through the course of the conversation, John spews some really bizarre content. Gordon calls him out for gallivanting around while Tina did all the work, to which he replies, it's a thespian thing.
This is the thespian thing.
It's an inn, it's not a theater.
John then says that you have to force yourself to like doing it, and I don't even know where that line of thinking came from, but it's certainly concerning. Then...
This whole fucking thing was put together for your fantasy.
Well, that's kind of what this night is.
Well, that was a pretty solid answer. What do we do now?
Do you have any care in the world, apart from yourself?
When you get a psychology degree.
Oh, when I go...
Oh, that's right, we argue. Gordon's all like, you're in denial. And John's like, I'm not in denial. I'm in full costume.
Massage your ego a bit more?
No, just talk to my hand,
I talk to my hand. Oh, what a fucking idiot.
You know, I love thinking about John Taffer in moments like this, because that dude, he hates costume parties. You know, at this point, John Taffer would have already thrown in the towel. He would have been like, all right, I'm going to turn this into a cold and dark Days Inn. Rotten hell, have a good one. But Gordon is much like an emotionally abusive partner, you know? You'll get in a huge blowout fight, part for the night, and then wake up to, I'm so sorry.
But you're not a child, and I would really wish if you stopped acting like one quickly. Is that possible?
All right, so you can stop being a fucking baby now and get it together, okay? Go do your job. All right, go get him, Tiger. Yeah, okay, but then he does a side interview where he immediately just accuses Gordon of being self-absorbed. John is fascinatingly contradictory, though, because while he seems to do everything in his power to defend his business, he doesn't want to do anything to improve it. Also, let's not forget that this guy is an actor, and ironically, actors are the most emotionally unintelligent people on the planet. You know, it was a bust from day one. So now it's time for Gordon to try dinner, which means finally we're gonna get hit with some classic Ramsay rage.
Word has spread that I'm in town, and the dining room is full. We're all having the same 5-course set menu, cooked in the inn's tiny kitchen.
Well, that just seems unfair. Yeah, that is until you find out that this wasn't Gordon's idea. No, they do this shit all the time. They start him off with a little scrimp, and that doesn't go too well. It starts peeing all over the place. Then they bring out a pecan-crusted salmon, and I can't explain it, but it kind of looks good to me, okay? Don't hate, all right? This is a safe space, stop! It's got the appeal of, like, middle school cafeteria food, you know? Like, you're so hungry that you might as well.
The seasoning is dreadful.
Very dry and...
Okay, calm down. You're not fucking choking. But he might be soon, because John is quite literally on the verge of making Gordon walk the plank.
I'm gonna kill him. I just want Gordon to take a long walk off a short pier. I want him to fall into a very deep pit.
Personally, personally, I don't understand why people aren't fearing for their lives over this yet. You know, people come on these shows all the time being like, oh, I hate him, oh, he sucks so bad. But based on what John just said, yeah, I think he wants to capture and torture him. Well, at this point, Gordon's pretty much come to the conclusion that John cannot cook. So he cuts off the 5-course meal 2 courses in and asks him to make a boiled egg.
Oh, it's raw. Is this really happening? He can't even boil a fucking egg.
And would it really be an episode of a Gordon Ramsay show if something wasn't raw? I mean, come on, right? Things get super goofy when Gordon gets fed up and heads into the kitchen. There they have an argument that is, I mean, it's so calm. Like, it feels like someone's about to pull the fastest gun in the West.
Are you having a laugh at your family's expense?
No.
Big tall hat, big jacket.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? It's so catty, you know? Like, I feel like that's the big difference between Gordon Ramsay and John Taffer. John just wants to be the loudest guy in the room, but Gordon is calculated, you know? He wants to make it personal.
Those are what we refer to as fighting words. Gutsy thing to do, especially in a kitchen full of sharp knives.
Okay, dude, chill! You're on national television. I don't understand. Anyway, Gordon goes on to tell John that he can't handle the truth, and he's basically like, fine, then leave. And he does. So now here we are, halfway through the episode, and Gordon's feeling a little unkempt. What happens next in this episode, and I didn't know this, it happens in every episode, Gordon feels so filthy from his night of sleep that he strips down ass naked on camera to take a shower. And by the way, I added that blurring. Why they decided to show Gordon Ramsay's full crack is, I mean, it's completely beyond me. I can't even begin to simulate a meaning, but it happened. Hey, Gordon, we can leave for this part if you need, you know?
No, don't leave. Tilt the camera down.
So because John is completely unwilling to have a productive conversation, Gordon's like, all right, check it.
Please, come through.
Oh.
Gordon has pulled various guests from over the past 6 months who are basically just there to humiliate the owners. He asks all of them if they would return based on their previous stays, and all of them say, fuck no. But for some reason, both John and Tina are shocked, and that just makes no sense to me. Then Gordon's like, hey guys, I knew you were gonna say that. So why don't you put on these UV glasses and follow me upstairs? By the way, that suitcase only contains UV glasses. Weird. I feel like you guys all know where this is going, right? Gordon shuts off all the lights to do a glow-in-the-dark cum show. Needless to say, the bed is absolutely filthy, but this moment also gives us one of the best lines in the episode.
Oh my God. Like someone urinated on it.
Oh, pee-pee! Like someone urinated on it. So now, and only now, have John and Tina discovered how disgusting their hotel is. Gordon is now concerned about Tina, though, so he sits her down to say, hey, your husband fucking sucks really bad. The next day, Gordon squads up again with Tina to discuss the ballroom, where he acquires the contact of a wedding planner that once did a wedding at the venue. But here's my big problem. Gordon tells her that he wants to see more use of the space, but without providing any advice or anything to help, he's just like, okay, so that's gonna happen? We're getting mighty close to an end game here, but at this point in time, I don't really see how anything is improved. So Gordon sits down with this wedding planner, and dude, she is so goddamn smart. She knows everything you need to know about planning a wedding. She does drop one major issue about John, though.
We have had some issues last summer with him coming out and dancing.
At the guest wedding?
I can understand being a shitty venue owner, but who does that, you know? Well, I mean, I shouldn't question it. The dude's fucking insane. But finally, back at the hotel, Gordon is actually able to get through to John, encouraging him to give things one last shot.
Just the ability to just have a conversation with you, understanding my feelings.
Oh, well, that's nice. I'm not really sure we need to get into that right now, though, okay? This scene is hella boring, dude, and it's making me upset because while Gordon proceeds to run marriage counseling, I can't stop focusing on the open tub of peanut butter pretzels in the background.
Told all my girls they were princesses. You are too.
I'm sorry. Who are all your girls? Are we talking like murder mystery ladies of the night, or, oh, wait. Oh, his daughters work there. How did I miss that? Gordon then takes the couple to the dining room to show them his simple new menu for the hotel. His emphasis is on comfort and ease, but based on the dishes he shows them, I don't know, man. Some of those meals look pretty difficult.
These are my recipes. I'm proud of them.
Oh, well, you should have mentioned that before. That makes it so much easier. Shut the fuck up, dude. Like the Brussels sprouts, like depending on how you want to prepare those, they're kind of really hard to get just right.
I'm glad that Gordon is in my kitchen.
Yeah, well, not for much longer. That's the thing, dude. Once again, he's like, guys, look at these awesome meals I made. You know how to make them, right? And just like that, we've arrived at the remodeling stage with no new training, no new tactics. Well, hell, they haven't done a single thing. So before I show you the remodel, you need to remember that this was shot in 2012. So the decor goes from tacky type A to tacky type B.
We were literally 2 centuries back in time with what we were doing in these rooms, and we are suddenly into now.
Yeah, man, congrats. Now you're only a decade behind. Seeing this made me curious about 2 things, okay? Number 1, is this place still open? And number 2, does it still look like this? Lo and behold, it looks pretty much the same, if not worse. Dude, look at the Williams room, you know? It doesn't look awful, but it looks so dingy. Well, then Gordon takes them to see the new and improved ballroom, and it's so tacky! To be entirely fair, I've seen a number of ballrooms that look exactly like this in recent years, so, I mean, I can't really complain, but this whole sequence is very comical to me, and it's interesting to look back on this and see how times have changed.
And I don't want to see a dog, a dog's hair, a dog's chew anywhere in this space.
So I killed him. Wouldn't that be fucking crazy? They bring Misty, the wedding planner, back in, and I'm gonna have to have you watch this moment because I can't watch it again. It's awful.
Look at our new space!
But Gordon's not done yet because this room has also come with a damning surprise.
Missy's not just here to visit. The Roosevelt is hosting a wedding tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight? Fuck yeah! We're so prepared! But they're off to the races anyway, somehow pulling everything together with no errors. The only thing I can think about during this sequence is how bad I feel for the wedding. Even with the updates, the place is still horribly tacky and weirdly liminal. Like, the only saving grace is the fact that Gordon Ramsay is at their wedding. But now with his job complete, Gordon heads out as seamlessly as he entered and disappears into the night. What's truly impressive to me about this episode is the fact that the hotel is still open. The website is shit and the rooms still suck, but I guess for some people that still works. So who am I to complain? And that's really it, guys. That's Gordon Ramsay Hotel Hell. The first one that I've done on it. Maybe the last, maybe not. I don't know. Did you guys like it? Do you want more TV shows? Good, because I got a lot of this coming for you this month. I need to stop talking so fast. I need to slow down and breathe. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to, you know, like, do the interaction thing. I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. You know about liking and subscribing and whatever. You know, do those things. If you want, you can check out my second channel. You can also check out my Instagram. Anyway, guys, that is all I have for you this time. But until next time, see what we got going on back here. Yeah, it's Hotel Hell. It's Hotel Hell. You guys probably saw it multiple times throughout the video. Love this show, man. Love this show. Oh, there's a... Okay. I could be talking for 5 minutes. Fuck off, man.